Now, the first game we want to talk about is Enlisted. It is a squad-based first-person MMO shooter covering key battles from World War II. The game focuses on carefully recreating the weapons, military vehicles and the atmosphere of that era, while demonstrating really massive clashes between numerous amounts of soldiers, tanks and aircrafts with artillery and naval support. Now, this game is known as a first-person tactical shooter. This is hard to master. Tactical shooters are very hard to learn, and especially for fast-paced gamers that like Call of Duty, this is not the game for you. But if you do like games like Tarkov, this might be the game for you. Now, game number 2 is called Caliber. This is a free-to-play team-based tactical third-person shooter focused on a special forces unit from all over the world, 4 classes and more than 60 operators with unique abilities and equipment, and various game modes, PvE, PvP and PvPvE. Now, I understand that this is a third-person shooter, but I highly recommend first-person players to try this third-person game out, because it has dozens of operators from Europe, America and Asia with detailed equipment and weapons, unique abilities and non-linear level progression. And not just that, you also get 4 operators in every fire team. You get assault, support, medic and marksman, each having a different role in the war. Next up on the list is Deathly Stillness. This game was made in 30 minutes in a challenge to make a zombie game in half an hour by a Chinese developer on Bilibili. The game was uploaded back to Steam and updated throughout 17 days with a total production time, like I said, 17 days, and now you have a full-blown zombie survival game that you can play. Although the game doesn't have a full plot to it or a full storyline to it, there's also a lot of twists and tricks in this game that you can learn and master, because this guy also added the backrooms for some reason. And like I said, this might just be a third-person game that you might enjoy, but it also has an option to play it as first-person. Next up on the list is PALADINS. This is a team-based first-person shooter that focuses on 2 groups of 5 players each, who compete for combat-based goals. The game is set in a colorful sci-fi fantasy maps, where each player chooses a champion that cannot be repeated in the same team and cannot be changed in the match. This game might look like the average esport gamer's favorite game, because this might just be it. If you like games like CSGO or all of those type of style of games, you will love this game, and I'll highly recommend you to try it out. Now, me personally, I love games like DayZ. I love the aspect of survival in games. It just makes it so fun. And I brought you a game that is like DayZ, that is a survival zombie game. This game is called UNTURNED. The goal of this game is that you're a survivor in the zombie-infested ruins of society, and you must work with your friends to forge a alliance to remain among the living. This is also a first-person game, not just third-person, but I highly recommend you to play it in third-person mode. So get your friends together, download UNTURNED. It's about 2 GB. I highly recommend this game. It's very much fun to play. It's free to play. It's just a multiplayer game to play with your friends, and it's a little doodle game as well. You can't have a compilation about games and not include CSGO. CSGO is about 2 teams, the terrorists and the counter-terrorists. Now, those 2 have to compete against each other in a variety of game situations. The objective of each game choice vary, but generally speaking, the terrorists must set off a bomb or kidnap hostages, and the counter-terrorists must prevent them from doing so. Now, there's a couple of things that turn me off about this game, is especially not being able to aim down sights. Not all of the guns have that option, but you know, a lot of people love this game. This is one of the most downloaded games on Steam right now, so go and try it out. Oh, you won't regret it. The gunplay in this game is just a fun thing to do. Next up on the list is PlanetSide 2. Now, this is a sci-fi game that I highly recommend you to play. Now, PlanetSide 2 chronicles the efforts of 3 factions fighting for territorial control of the planet Araxis. Now, PlanetSide 2 is also one of the very few MMO FPS games to have ever released, and is presently also considered the most successful title in that genre. Now, PlanetSide 2 also incorporates modern FPS mechanics as well, and not just that, the game also supports thousands of players in the battles. Now, like always, a game can't be 100% good. This game is 10 years old, so you can expect some bugs and you can also expect some outdated graphics, but I highly recommend you to to try this game out. It is free to play, it's massively multiplayer online first person shooter game as well. So get your friends ready, get this game and try it out. Now this game is one of my personal favorite games. This game is called Combat Master. Now Combat Master was originally a mobile game and I played it all out my mobile years before I got a PC, and now it was released on Steam not too long ago. Now Combat Master got successful on mobile for one reason only: the gunplay. It reminds people of Call of Duty Warzone because the gunplay is just so crispy clean and we all just loved it so much. Now the game focuses on fast-paced combat. It also rewards players who can thrive in the unrelenting environments as they deal with other players online. Now keep in mind there's a large amount of classes, and not just that, there's also a large amount of weapons you can choose from. You can also customize those weapons just like you can in Call of Duty Warzone. Now there's also some problems with the game, like the movement. Some people find the movement very junky, I find it very fast, and it's fun to have fast movement because then you can just fly across the map and die quick and fly across the map again quick as well. Now there's also very good news about this game is that if you're a low-end PC gamer, do not worry, do not stress, because Combat Master is near, because this game can run on basically anything. A toaster basically, it can run on a potato, seriously. Give it a try, get your friends ready, download the game and play with everyone, because you will enjoy the living hell out of this game. Oh yeah, I also forgot to say this game has single player support as well, so give it a try. Now I am 100% sure everybody has heard about the tactical shooter game called Escape from Tarkov. We all know there's a lot of clones of the game, there's a lot of versions of the game that is not real, and this time it's actually Escape from Tarkov's grandpa that is a free-to-play, session-based, multiplayer online first-person shooter called Hired Ops. Now this game is dedicated to fierce conflicts between rival mercenary groups battling on a global scale. Now you can take part in combat operations